Hey, August 22nd, 2018 trade review. Quite a few tickers to review today. 8 tickers altogether. I actually did like 3 or 4 at the open, and then I was at the office and we had a power outage, so I went to go work at home. And while I was at home working, I was kind of playing some of those midday trades. So anyway, first one is this URBN. As you can see here in those first 3 candles, made that ORB, so I hit that ORB and that one just didn't work out. So stopped out on the first ORB there. Next one, PSTG. PSTG was also a gap up, and your second, third, fourth, and fifth candle broke that range it made there. It ran up a little bit, not enough to get a scale out. So we kind of, the stop was right under there, 36 cents, and it ran about that much. It ran almost 36 cents. So not enough to scale out, but it gave me a 1-to-1 and then started rolling over, and I was like, yeah, let me dump this thing and get out of here. Kind of break even on that one. So next one was LOW. Alright, so LOW also gapped up. Didn't break that ORB there, came down, hit it another twice there. So, I mean, you could say that's a flag, you could say it's an ORB, it's kind of like an ORB flag, to be quite honest. So, hit that one, and stop would have been right under there. Or did I go under the VWAP? I don't really remember. Let me see here. That's 140, so it would have been like 70 something cents. Yeah, I think I put my stop right under the VWAP there. So I was looking for 2 times the risk, so I got out there at like 140, and then this thing just kind of stalled out and rolled over, and I got out of it there. So ORB/flag type setup. Next one was SFIX. Alright, so SFIX was, this was still kind of in the morning. Kind of a flag setup thing. Ran up. Let's see here what the daily was for SFIX. So yeah, SFIX kind of broke on the daily, broke this flag range, so broke up above that. So it was a momentum stock based on that. A little bit of a gap, but not really a gap, but a run up here, and then came back down. There would have been a quick pullback there. I kind of missed it. I saw it when it was too late, so I didn't want to chase it. And then you can see that it kind of created this range. I got in even a little bit late on that one. But even getting in a little bit late, my stop was right under there, 40 something cents, and it got up there to 45.50. I think I actually hit that at 50 cents. And I know that's not 2-to-1, but fuck, when you get 50 cents, you're going to take it. So I think I just got a bad fill on that one, and then it came back down, and I stopped out break even on the balance of it. I guess in hindsight, I need to look at my break-even stops, because there's been a couple of times now where I just kind of barely get stopped out on my break-even, and then it keeps going. Maybe, there was my entry, maybe go underneath the last candle or something, but probably need to review where that break-even stock is. Actually, this one I hit a little bit later. So this was 11 o'clock, so midday New York time. You can see this flag, the later in the day flag there. The 9 EMA was right underneath it, and I hit it when it broke that flag. And this one, the stop would have been right under there, like 20 cents stop, and it went like 20 cents. It went 1 times the risk, not enough to scale out, and then got stopped out at 1 times the risk pretty much. So that was SFIX, 2 trades on that one profitable, 1 small little loss on it. Next one is NEWA. So NEWA. Alright, so this one on the daily was pretty interesting because this thing got really just freaking slammed down yesterday, and then it was gapping up this morning. So kind of like a turn on the Bollinger Band. I mean, it's not multi-days out of the Bollinger Band, and it hasn't even become oversold, but it's just if you look at that range all in one day, 60-something%, and then it gapped back up. So that's why that one was in place. So we were looking for a long here. So quick run up, and then it formed this kind of long flag, and I guess being that it's midday or closer to midday, I should have really focused more on where the VWAP was. But when I saw this thing up close, the 9 EMA was curling right up underneath it as it broke this trend line. So I went for a flag there, and that one didn't work. And again, pretty small risk on this because I was hitting it there, and my risk was right under the 9 EMA right there. Well, actually, apparently I gave it a bit more than that, but really that thing didn't need more than about the 30-cent risk. Apparently I gave it a bit more than 30 cents, but so that was a flag that did not work out. Next thing was the CGC. CGC had been in play the last few days, one of these marijuana stocks that have been going all over the place. And so this one ran up and then formed this flag here. 9 EMA was curling right underneath it, broke that trend line there, and I got it as it broke that trend line. Stop would have been right under there, like 20-something cents. Well, no, actually I must have gone a lot tighter. I must have gone, broke there, stop kind of right under these 2 candles. So there I got it 2 times, and I scaled out. And then I have no idea why I got out there on this next one. That is perplexing to me. That should have been held on to for another scale out and then get out at the 9 EMA. So I'm somewhat puzzled. So need to work still on getting out a little bit. And then later in the day it formed another, this flag's kind of a little bit short, but I hit that flag and it just didn't work out, so I kind of got out break even on that one. But a nice little gainer, small gainer on that flag there. CGC. Next one was ADI. ADI. So ADI, let's look at ADI's daily chart. So I don't really know what to say about this daily chart except that it was a big up day in its actual momentum. So it was on the scanners, and it broke up above the 9 and all that kind of good stuff. I suppose you could say there was some kind of a base breakout, but this was something that just came up during the day, not specifically from a previous night's scan. Anyway, this thing was ramping up and then made this flag. And I suppose you could even extend this flag a little bit further and say, across from those highs and these highs, and that would be more like a flat top breakout combined with this intraday flag. The 9 EMA was curling right underneath, tap, 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 broke that range. Very tight stop on this one. So my first scale out was at 40-something cents. So my stop was right under there, 20-something cent stop. Scaled out there, and then scaled out again at like 2 times that, and then when it broke down below the 9 EMA, I got stopped out. So as opposed to that other CGC trade where I had no idea why I got out on my second one, there was 1 times the risk, there was 2 times the risk, and there was a break of the 9 EMA. So That's what I'm looking for on how I get out of these things. And then one more trade here, EXAS, and I know I've screwed up getting out of this one. Oh, where are my... Well, let's go in here. Apparently I didn't save that. So we can see this. We'll zoom in, but this was a gapper, and it ran up all day, and then it made this flag later in the day. So let's zoom in a little bit on this screenshot. So here you can see the high there, it hit it there, hit it there, hit it there, saw that range happening, 9 EMA curling right up underneath it, and I hit that. So this scale out, it's not in the right place, it should be there I suppose. This scale out was at 2 times the risk. So the stop was right underneath there, got 2 times the risk, scaled it out. And then I just set an order to get out of this at that high. That was the high of the day so far. Now, looking back on it, I think because I only had like 100 shares or something pretty small, and I sold 50, I only had 50 left, but I think it would have been okay to sell 25 at the high and then hang on. Or what probably should have happened is my first target should have been at that high. Instead of at 2 times the risk, first target at the high, and then wait for a spike, and then wait for a break of the 9 EMA. So this really could have been a pretty phenomenal trade. Not only did I get out when I shouldn't have, but that even made a flat top over the whole day that I didn't see. So there's a hit, got close there, there's a hit, here's the third tap, and it broke out. So, you know, my buy was down. You know, this is where I got out of the trade altogether, but that's actually where you would get into a flat top trade. So I wasn't very observant. There was, I think, another $1.50 from when I got out. Well, it was over $2 more. You know, if you'd got out at the 9 EMA, $1.60. So need some work on getting out on that one. But overall, the deal here is 8 trades taken, 2, 4, 6, 8, well, maybe more than that because there are a couple of multi-trades, maybe 10 altogether. But 50% wins, 50% losses, up about $140 for the day. And I'm actually quite encouraged by that because Monday and Tuesday were both red days. So for today, I said I was going to trade half position sizes. Now, all things being equal, if I traded full position sizes, technically should have been up, you know, almost $300 on today. And that would have been pretty happy with that. Nevertheless, a green day after 2 red days, and that is encouraging, and I'm pretty pleased with that. So that was the trading today. Overall, I rated myself on my report card on looking at just getting into tight patterns an 8 out of 10. I felt that most of what I got into, I thought 8 of the tickers, 6 of them were really tight and 2 of them were reasonably tight. I don't think I chased any loose patterns today. And the other new thing for me was, you know, trading at midday and trading these flags. And I think those were all, you know, your stop losses were pretty definable, pretty small. The 9 EMA was right there. So I felt pretty good that the entry was really good on tight patterns. My scaling out still needs some work, especially on that EXAS trade. I mean, I think I probably left $100 or so on the table there by not scaling out correctly. I was maybe a little bit taken aback by how slow things were, because I've always just traded the open, and now I started trading at midday New York time, and things were really slow. And then by mid-afternoon, I was still thinking things are really slow, so, you know, kind of get out. Nevertheless, leaving money on the table with my scale outs. Back on track with my entries, so going to keep focusing on those tight entries, going to keep focusing on my exit strategy, and let's get a green Thursday to make it a green week and keep building a green month. All right, that's it. I'm out.